what better way to start a travel vlog than with packing? So I'm leaving for New York in 2 days and I'm gonna be gone for 6. Trying to pack everything in my Tom Bin backpack because I don't want to have to be rolling my suitcase around the subway from the airport because it's like 3 trains and I just don't know. But I thought that it'd be fun to do, why do I have a sidebar right now? There we go. I thought it would be fun to talk about my packing process because I've never packed knitting before. So I need to like get comfortable. I'm flying Alaska on Wednesday and they've been canceling a lot of flights lately, so I feel like I need to overpack my knitting projects in case my flight gets canceled and I have to be at the airport for like 8 hours. Like, I just don't want to be stuck with nothing to do. So I did cast on my new socks. Everyone's comments were super helpful in my last podcast about how to arrange the colors, the contrast colors, and I was really going back and forth, but I decided that when I look down at my feet, I wanted to see the green color on the toe, not the white color. So I decided to do the green heel and toe option with the cream colored heel flap. So I've got about, I think, 5 or 10 more rows to go of the leg. Oh, and I also changed the ribbing. I'm doing a 7 by 1 purl, so 7 knit stitches in 1 purl stitch with a 2 by 2 cuff. And I think it looks perfect. It's exactly how I imagined it would turn out. So that is one of my projects I'm gonna bring along. The only problem is I'm a little afraid of bringing my metal double-pointed needles. I was reading about the TSA and it's recommended to bring wooden needles as opposed to metal, and so I'm worried that if I just bring my set of double-pointed needles without it being in the fabric, they might get flagged. So although like socks are the perfect portable project, I just don't know what to do, because it would be really nice if I could finish these on my trip, because I'll have 6 hours each way to fly. And maybe I'll finish this one with the double pointed needles before I get on the plane on Wednesday. That's a possibility, but I would still need to bring them for the other sock, so I'm not sure what to do about that. Worst comes to worst, I can check my carry-on bag and just bring my like handbag on board with hopefully a project that they'll allow. So yeah, so this is one of my projects I'm gonna bring. The other thing I'm gonna do is today I'm gonna cast on my sweater number 1 in the Surrey silk, and I'm gonna bring this also for the plane because this will just be a full stockinette body, which will be really nice to get a big chunk done. So if I can't work on my socks for some reason on the flight, I'll be able to work on this because I'm bringing wooden needles. So that's 2 projects. Oh, and then I also have my camisole number 2, which is on metal needles, but it's like, you know, the project's already on them. So I've heard that that's a little better. But again, if they don't let that through, I will just check my bag and put that project in the check bag. The other thing that's happening is I'm on the hunt for a solid green mohair that is in this exact shade of mint. As soon as I realized I wasn't finding one a good match, I decided to buy the Wandering Clock pistachio mohair, and as soon as I made that decision, it was sold out. So there's this store in the West Village that has Lana Grassa mohair in a light green color that I'm looking at. It's called White Green, and I think this is a little mintier than that one. I think that might be more of like a light white sage green, but I'm going to bring this yarn along with me to bring to the store and color match it, and I think I will just cake it up while I'm here so that if I feel compelled I can do a color swatch in New York and see how it matches up. So that's what I'm bringing so far, and now I'm gonna work on packing my outfits. No idea what I'm gonna wear, probably just my same old jeans and shirts. So it turns out I'm not in the mood to pack at all. So I'm gonna cast on my sweater number 1. And I'm excited. So I'm a little nervous because I ordered this skein of Dusty Rose from the Sated Sheep, which is a store in Texas. And I just ordered 2 more from a shop in Washington. So I'm a little worried about the dye lots, but I'm gonna attempt it anyway. The day before I leave for New York, my room is in absolute shambles because I've been trying to pack. So I started, this is exciting. I started my sweater number 1, just barely. Here's the collar. I'm supposed to do 5 centimeters, I think, so I'm not sure how long. Let's see how long this is real quick. It's about 3.5 centimeters, so just a few more rows to go. I cast on the collar last night, and it's so fun to knit. It feels absolutely weightless in my hands. So I'm using my Knit Picks shorties for the collar, and then I've been really worried about my Luca needles catching on the mohair. They're not quite as smooth as the laminated birch Knit Picks needles, so I really want a set of metal needles, but I didn't want to bring those on the plane because they recommend wooden needles. So I got the regular size Knit Picks needles. I just got them in from Amazon. I had to do overnight shipping because that's one of the projects I'm going to bring on the plane. I just wanted to show you guys the new needles I picked out. And now I'm going to wind up my Wandering Flock yarn in pistachio cream or pistachio dream. I think it's pistachio cream because I'm bringing that with me to bring to a yarn store in New York that I think might have a good mohair to pair with it. So I'm going to wind that up now. Alright, so I've got my carry-on all packed. I've got my socks in this project bag. Over here is my camisole number 2. That one has the metal needles, so I'm the most worried about it. And then this is my sweater number 1. My socks also have metal needles in them right now, but they're a lot smaller. The only ones I'm worried about are my double pointed needles, which, let me just show you what I did. I put the double pointed needles in the project, like left it in the middle of the row, if you can see here, just to make it look like they were in the project, so they're not just like hanging out loosely in the bag. So I'm hoping that that kind of gets them by if they're just in the project. I've got needle stoppers on everything, as you can see. So fingers crossed there's no issues there. And then in here I've got the knitting needles that I'm going to need for my projects as I move them along, like the needles for the body of my sweater and stuff. And then this is my notions bag. In here I've got all my stitch markers in this pouch, some tapestry needles, a measuring tape, a few more stitch markers, and then I am trying to bring my Cocoa Knits snip scissors because the points are so small and they have a leather sheath. They have a leather sheath, so I'm hoping that those have no problem. Oh, and also my little crochet hook that I used to pick up my dropped sock stitches. So I think that should be everything I need, along with in here I have some cable stoppers for all the cables that I brought in here so I can put stitches on hold. I over prepared, so I think we should be good to go. And as you can see, I put my purse inside this tote bag so I could fit some more stuff. And in the morning, my laptop will go in here, my headphones, my noise canceling headphones will go in here, and that will be my under seat bag because I like to pack with only carry-ons. So I'm here with my friend Adriana, who wants to become a knitter. So we're going to Nitty City on the Upper West Side, and I'm so excited! Yay! Are you excited about the yarn you got, AD? It's gonna be so cute. And the bags that we got are so cute too. We're going to another yarn store today in Brooklyn called Woolen, and then I think we're gonna try to go to another one called Brooklyn General Store, and we're on our way there, and it's so cute here. Are we in England? Are we in Boston? Apparently we're in Brooklyn. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so good. That's so good.
Today is my last day in New York, and we came to Nitty City not once, not twice, but 3 different times. I'm gonna miss you, Nitty City.